Good morning, children. Welcome to the second session of Chapter 1 Matter in our Surroundings. So, here remember anything that occupies space and has mass and is felt by senses is called matter. According to Indian ancient philosopher, matter is the form of five basic elements: the Panch Tattva, air, earth, fire, sky, and water. States of matter, basis of classification of types. So you have a based upon particle arrangement. Next criteria will be based on energy of particles. Third criteria based upon distance between particles. So here we have five states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, Bose-Einstein condensate. So solid state, example, you have ice. Then liquid state, water is an example of liquid state. Gas, steam is an example of a gas state. Plasma is a gas which positively charged particles, that is positively charged ions. Bose-Einstein condensate is the fifth state of matter, which was discovered by Bose and Einstein. Together they had worked in this field. Satyendranath Bose and Einstein has done work in this field, and it's a fifth state of matter, which is a very low density gas which is super cold, almost at absolute zero. So this is Bose-Einstein condensate becomes the fifth state of matter. Then here you can again see five states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, Bose-Einstein condensate. Next you have, now how can you bring change in the state of matter? So now first we will see melting, that is also called as fusion. When a solid is heated, the particles begins to vibrate with greater speed and begin to move freely. Then at a particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. The process of melting is also known as fusion. The temperature at which a solid melts is called its melting point. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Latent heat of fusion. So now we are going to understand the concept of latent heat of fusion. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a solid into a liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called the latent heat of fusion. So now here in this diagram you can see a beaker which has ice and a thermometer is kept. So what happens when you keep ice in the beaker? It will melt with the help of the surrounding heat, but the temperature of the thermometer will not rise till all the ice turns into water. This happens because the particles in ice will try to overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction. When all the particles overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction, then it will change the state and it will show rise in temperature. So the energy is utilized in changing the states. That's why it is not going to show initially any rise in temperature until all the ice melts. So this heat is called as hidden heat because this is not been shown by the thermometer. That's why it is called as latent heat of fusion. Here you can see the diagram of the experiment which we have just discussed. Next, boiling. When a liquid is heated, its particles begin to move even faster than at a particular temperature. The liquid begins to boil and changes into gas, that is into vapor. Boiling is a bulk phenomenon. Means you can see a beaker when it contains water, and when you heat it with the help of a burner, so the entire water molecules in the beaker, the entire water, a whole part of the water will heat together. That's why it is a bulk phenomenon and it's not a surface phenomenon. So it will start heating from the bottom and it will entirely heat together. So it will start boiling together. When a liquid boils, the bulk of the liquid changes into vapor. The temperature at which a liquid starts boiling is called its boiling point. So the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. So when you add 273 to 100 degrees Celsius, you will get 373 Kelvin. So the conversion constant number you are going to add 273 to convert into Kelvin. Latent heat of vaporization. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called the latent heat of vaporization. So over here, similarly, as we discuss latent heat of fusion, we are going to discuss latent heat of vaporization. Here, water when heated is converted into steam. Now, if you keep a thermometer, again, it will not show any rise in temperature when there is a change of state from liquid to gas, because the hidden heat will be utilized in the conversion of water to steam. That is why it is called as latent heat of vaporization, because here water is converting into steam, that is gas. Now you can see the setup over here, latent heat of vaporization. Initially the thermometer will not show any rise when you start hitting it unless the boiling point is reached, and you will see the rise in temperature when it is converting from water to steam. So that is called as latent heat of vaporization. Next, effect of temperature on molecular motion. So now what happened when you supply heat, or supplying heat means the temperature will rise. So in solid, when it is getting heated, the particles of the solid will try to move apart because they gain energy, that is kinetic energy. So they will try to move apart. You can see in the diagram over here. Similarly in liquid, when you heat it, the space between them, the intermolecular space between them will be more, and it will try to move apart because of the gain of kinetic energy. Now sublimation, the change of state directly from solid to gas or from gas to solid is called sublimation. So there are certain substances which skip the intervening state, that is from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. So it will skip the liquid state, that is the intermediate state, and from solid to directly it will convert to gas, and on cooling again it will, from gas it will directly go to solid state. So the intermediate state liquid is skipped over here, and this type of substances are called sublimable substances, and this process is called sublimation. If solid like camphor or ammonium chloride is heated, it changes into vapor. If the vapors are cool, it changes into solid again. So this process is called as sublimation, where the intervening liquid state, without passing the intervening liquid state, the solid will convert into gas, and on cooling gas will convert into solid. You can see the experimental setup of sublimation of ammonium chloride. The inverted funnel is kept to trap the vapors of ammonium chloride. When you heat it, it will turn into vapors, and there is a cotton plug to trap the vapors, and it will solidify on the walls of the inverted funnel. Next, here you will see effect of pressure on gases. So when you are applying pressure on the gases, you are manipulating the one of the important factor here, the intermolecular space between the particles of the gases. So what happens when you manipulate or you try to compress gas? What happened to the particles? When pressure is applied on gas, the particles comes closer and the gas changes into liquid. We can, that means the intermolecular space between them becomes less, and intermolecular attraction between them becomes more. We can liquefy gases by applying pressure and reducing the temperature. Compressed solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice. So how we prepare dry ice? By compressing the carbon dioxide which is in the gaseous state. So when you apply pressure, you are bringing the particles of gaseous particles of the carbon dioxide gas together and then it will solidify. That will call as dry ice. If the pressure is reduced, it changes directly to gas without coming into liquid state. So solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. So what happens if the pressure is reduced? It will again change directly to gas without coming into liquid state. Now important questions for class 9 chapter 1. You need to write this in your fair notebook. Define matter. Next, what happens if you put copper sulfate crystals in water? Next, a substance has a definite volume but no definite shape. State whether the substance is a solid, a liquid or a gas. Next, arrange the following substances in increasing order of force of attraction between the particles. First one, milk. Second, salt. Third, oxygen. Next, a substance which has neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. State whether it is a solid, a liquid or a gas. The melting point of a substance is below the room temperature. Predict its physical state. Next, what is vapor? Name the temperature at which the solid and liquid states of substance can exist together. What is the effect of pressure on boiling point? So here we end the session.
Change of state and specific latent heat. Specific latent heat is the amount of heat energy required to change the state of a unit mass of a substance without change in temperature. The word latent means dormant or concealed. Let's perform an activity to find out why the heat energy required to bring about a change of state is called latent heat. Take some ice cubes in a beaker. Suspend a thermometer into the ice cubes and note its temperature. The temperature is 0 degrees centigrade. Heat the ice cubes. Record the temperature after every minute. Keep stirring the ice-water mixture constantly so that the temperature is uniform throughout. We observe that the thermometer reading remains constant at 0 degrees centigrade, though heat is being constantly supplied. The temperature remains constant till the ice completely melts to water at 0 degrees centigrade. Continue heating water which is at 0 degrees centigrade. We observe that the temperature is increasing. Record the rise in temperature till the water starts boiling. Continue heating. The boiling water gets converted to steam. Observe that the thermometer reading remains constant at 100 degrees centigrade, which is the boiling point of water. That is, there is no change in temperature. This shows that the temperature remains constant whenever there is a change of state. What happens to the energy supplied? The energy supplied is used to break the intermolecular force of attraction existing between the molecules, and therefore the thermometer does not register a rise in temperature whenever there is a change of state. Since the energy supplied is not recorded in the thermometer, the heat supplied is called latent heat. Graph shown here represents the changes taking place when ice at 0 degrees centigrade is heated.
Thank you, children. Have a nice day.